Hello everyone, my name is Parag Sahu and today we will discuss about HM symbols, rather a particular class of HM symbols, that is tetragonal class. Okay, so before starting with the HM symbols, we will cover some basics or some basic informations about the HM symbols. Okay, so before starting the HM symbols, we need to know about the crystals first. What is a crystal? Okay, so what is a crystal? Crystal is an outer expression of well developed internal atomic structure. Okay, so perfect internal atomic structure should be there, that after that only we can call that particular object or material as a crystal. Okay, and solid geometric figure that consists of crystal plane, that is or faces, and should essentially possess internal atomic structure. Okay, this is a essential information or the essential requirement to become a object or a material, or to call it as a crystal. Okay, so we can divide crystals into two categories. First one is isotropic and second one is anisotropic. Okay, so these are divided on the basis of the properties of the particular crystals. Okay, if the properties of a crystal is same along all the three axes, that is C axis, B axis and this A axis, if properties of a crystal are same along all the three axes, then we will call it as isotropic crystal, and the example of that is cubic crystal system. Okay, and if the properties varies with the direction, then we will call it as an isotropic crystal. Okay, and the crystals which are other than the cubic crystal system, all other crystal system comes under this anisotropic crystal system. Okay, after that we will see some components of the crystals. Okay, so first component is crystal face. So if we have a plane or a surface, how we can name it as a crystal face? What is the requirement of a particular plane or a surface to become a crystal face? Okay, it should be well developed and smooth superficial expression should be there. Okay, if any crystal is there, suppose that this is a crystal. Okay, this is a crystal and the fourth face is like this. This is a 2D figure. Let's assume that there are four faces. This can be considered as a face of a crystal, this can be considered, this can also be considered, but this cannot be considered as a face of the crystal. Okay, so the essential requirement is it should be smooth and superficial expression should be there. Okay, second one is edge. Okay, so what are the edges of the crystals? So the line, if this is a 3D figure, okay, so the line which intersects two faces, or the line of intersection of two faces. Okay, this is first face and this is second face. This one is first face and this is second face, let's assume. Then this will be considered as the edge of the crystal. Okay, third one is solid angles. So what are the solid angles? If this is the crystal and the angle which is marked by the joining of three faces. Okay, so this will be considered as the point which is the solid angle of that particular crystal. Okay, after that we will see different forms of the crystals. Okay, so on the basis of combination we can define simple form and combination form. Okay, after this we can define simple form as simple form consists of combination of all same faces or similar faces. Okay, the face should be similar. Okay, for calling a form as a simple form, and for the combination of form it means more than one like faces should be there to call it as a combination form. Okay, other classification is open form and closed form. Okay, if the space is not totally enclosed by the faces, then it will be called as a open form. Okay, so examples are pedian, pinacoid and prism and all other classes, all other forms. Okay, and the closed form is the space is completely enclosed by the faces of the crystal. Okay, so these forms are, the examples are dipyramidal, rhombohedral and other forms regarding this. Okay, after that we will discuss about the elements of symmetry. Okay, so what are the elements of symmetry does a crystal possess? First one we will discuss about the plane of symmetry. So what is plane of symmetry? plane of symmetry is an imaginary plane. Okay, this is very important. The plane is imaginary, which is bisecting the crystal into two halves. Okay, if let's assume that this is the crystal and this is an imaginary plane which is bisecting the crystal into two equal halves, then this will be considered as the plane of symmetry of a crystal. And how we are representing the plane of symmetry of a crystal? Okay, so as we can see that plane of symmetry is also considered as mirror plane. Okay, so we can also call it as mirror plane. Okay, and notation is small m. Okay, so if this is the stereo net or this is the stereographic projection of a crystal, and let's assume that this is a axis which is, let's say, b axis or a axis. Okay, this is generally b axis from right to left. Okay, so if we have a face here, okay, so now we have to denote the faces with a dot and an open circle. So how we are denoting these circles? Okay, so let's assume that this is a crystal and this is a c axis which is from up to down, that is the vertical axis is the c axis. Okay, and the plane which we are considered for the stereographic projection is this one plane, that is AB plane. Okay, so this plane will be considered as the plane for the stereographic projection. Okay, so this will be considered for the plane of stereographic projection. Okay, so we have to denote this whole crystal on this particular plane. Okay, so whatever the faces which are above this plane will be denoted by this closed circle or a dot. Okay, the faces of a crystal which are above this plane, okay, will be denoted as the dot. Okay, and the faces which are below this plane of projection will be denoted as the open circle. Okay, so we will denote them as open circle. Okay, so let's assume that this face is above the plane of stereographic net, so this will be considered as or denoted by a dot, and the another plane which is this one which is below the plane of stereographic net, so we will denote this plane with the help of a open circle. Okay, so if we are considering this line, okay, as a mirror plane, so reflection of this is a plane which is above the stereographic net, and this is the plane which is below, but this is the scenario for the c axis. Okay, here we are considering b axis. So for b axis, if we are seeing the face here and the second face is here, okay, so if we want to consider this plane as a mirror plane and the reflection of this is not coming here, so it means that this plane is not considered as a mirror plane. Okay, rather we need a plane which is for a circle or for a dot we will get a dot here, and for a open circle we will get a open circle here. So in this case we will consider this plane as a mirror plane. Okay, this will not be considered as mirror plane, not a mirror plane. Okay, so if we are drawing a straight line which is a solid line, that will be the denotation for the mirror plane, and if we do not have mirror plane, so we are representing it as with the help of a dotted line. Okay, so here if this is a open circle and this is a dot and this is an open circle, so here this line will be dotted line because this is not showing the mirror effect. What is mirror effect? You all know, I think, because if I am standing in front of mirror, my image is reflected on the mirror. Okay, so this will just the reflection, equivalent opposite distance. Okay, so this is just the mirror reflection. So this is the plane of symmetry or the mirror planes. After that we will be moving on to the axis of symmetry. Okay, so what are the axis of symmetry? Definition is, axis of symmetry is an imaginary line. Here we were talking about imaginary plane. Here axis of symmetry is an imaginary line along which the crystal is rotated and we are getting the different faces or the same faces. Okay, so let's assume that this is a crystal and this is the axis. Okay, this is c axis which is moving from up to down. Okay, and this axis will be considered as the axis of symmetry if I am rotating the crystal along this axis to 360 degree and I am getting the same phases. Okay, so let's assume that I am rotating the crystal along this axis to 360 degree. I am getting the same phase twice. Okay, so let's see you just see the dimension of these phases, which is different from the dimension of these phases. Okay, so I am getting two phase only twice after rotating the crystal to 360 degree. Okay, so this will be considered as the axis of rotation or axis of symmetry as two-fold axis, because I am getting that phase only twice after rotating the crystal to 360 degree. Okay, so these are the different notations of the crystal for the axis of symmetry. Okay, if this is the crystal, okay, and this is the symmetry, this is one fold, I am rotating the crystal to 180 degree and I am getting the same phase. Okay, same phase is appearing of same phase is very important to get the axis of symmetry. Okay, this is 180 degree. Or if I am rotating the crystal to 360 degree and I am getting the same phase only one time or the single time, then it will be considered as one fold symmetry. Okay, after rotating it to 180 degree I am getting the same phase, so it will be considered as two-fold symmetry. Similarly, if I am rotating the crystal to 360 degree and getting the same phase, then it will be considered as three-fold symmetry. Similarly, after 90 degree, if I am getting the same phase, if I will show these things in the diagram, so it will be like, okay, this lens is the denotation for the two-fold. So I am denoting the notations here also. Here it is mentioned already. Okay, so this lens is the notation for the two-fold axis of symmetry. Okay, after that, if I am rotating the crystal to 360 degree, if I am rotating the crystal to 360 degree and the same phase is appearing twice after the interval of 120 degree, then we will be considering that axis of symmetry as a three-fold axis of symmetry. Okay, and notation for that is a triangle or a solid triangle. Okay, so after rotating every 120 degree we are getting the same phase. Okay, for four-fold axis of symmetry, after rotating it to 90 degree we are getting the same phase. Okay, so here, here, here and here. After rotating it to 90 degree we are getting the same phase, then it will be considered as the axis of symmetry, which is four-fold axis of symmetry. Okay, so this will be considered as four-fold axis of symmetry, and this is the symbol, that is a solid square. After that, five-fold axis of symmetry is not existing in nature. We will directly see the six-fold axis of symmetry. What is the six-fold axis of symmetry? If we are rotating the crystal to 360 degree and we are getting the same phase 6 times, then it means it will be the six-fold axis of symmetry. Okay, after every 60 degree of interval we will be getting the same phase, so it will be considered as the six-fold axis of symmetry. Okay. Similarly, after seeing these things, we will generalize the equation as the fold of a symmetry is like, if we are rotating the crystal to 360 degree, at how much degree the same phase is appearing, that will be the fold of the particular axis. Okay. Angle. Okay, so we are rotating the crystal to 180 degree and we are getting the same phase. That means 360 divided by 180 will be two-fold axis of symmetry. Similarly for the three-fold, four-fold and six-fold. Okay, after that we will see. Okay, here is the explanation for the different folds. Okay, this is one fold which I have already shown you. This is two-fold, this is three-fold. After rotating it to 120 degree we are getting the same phase. After rotating it to 90 degree we are getting the same phase, that is four-fold. After rotating it to 60 degree we are getting the same phase, that is six-fold axis of symmetry. Okay, and this one is for the this one is for the rotation of axis. Okay, and the another type of axis of symmetry is first one is rotational axis, and second axis of symmetry is roto-inversion axis of symmetry. Okay, so what is roto-inversion? Roto-inversion, by its name itself, we can see that what it consists of two operations. First one is rotation plus inversion. Okay, so roto-inversion is a combination of rotation and inversion. Okay, so these two operations will work simultaneously. Okay, and the symbols of this roto-inversion axis will be represented by 3 bar as 3 bar or 4 bar. Okay, and the roto-inversion axis operation are working simultaneously. Means we have to rotate the crystal also as well as invert the crystal also to get the particular or to satisfy the particular operation. Okay, if we have an operation of 3 bar, it means we have to rotate the crystal to 120 degree because of this threefold, and plus we have to invert it to complete this operation. Okay, and the notations for 3 bar is a triangle with a circle inside it. This is the proper notation of 3 bar. 4 bar is a circle with a lens inside it. A square with a lens inside it. And 6 bar is a hexagon with a triangle inside it. Okay, so these are the notations for the different roto-inversion axis. Okay, and after that I'll explain you what are the roto-inversion axis. So let's assume that this is a 2D figure. Okay, we have to operate these things in the 3D crystal, but for example we are taking this a 2D figure for your reference. So this is a 2D figure which is a triangle. Okay, if I want to rotate the crystal along this axis, then what will be the axis of rotation? This is a black axis. Okay, I am rotating this crystal, holding in this position and rotating the crystal to 360 degree. I am getting the same face twice. Okay, this one is similar, this one is face which is which we will be getting after rotating it to 120 degree 180 degree again. Okay, so we are getting the same face. It means this is a two-fold symmetry. But if we want to see this axis, what will be symmetry of this axis of rotation? Okay, so we need to rotate the crystal, or we have to rotate the crystal along this axis, holding in this position. Okay, we need to rotate the crystal. After rotating it to 120 degree, are we getting the same face? No. Why? Because if we are rotating it, we will be getting the face which will be like this. Okay, and this face is not similar to this face. Okay, so after completing this operation, we are rotating the crystal to 180 degree, and then we have to invert it. After inversion, we are getting the same face similar to the earlier one. Then this will be considered as a 2 bar, which is two-fold roto-inversion axis. It means two-fold plus inversion. Okay, so this is the meaning of two-fold roto-inversion. How we are roto-inverting the crystal, or how we are roto-inverting the particular face or a crystal to get the or to satisfy the symmetry. Okay, so we are roto-inverting the axis. So this is the example. If we want to roto-invert, if this is an object and we want to roto-invert of this object along this axis. Okay, so the image of this will appear like this. Okay, so this is an inverse operation of B, which will be reflected as this, which is inverted B. Okay, and this is the inversion center. So we have to invert this object along this inversion center. Okay, so these are the basic informations about the two-fold or two-fold as well as 2 bar, which is two-fold roto-inversion, and after that we will see about the 4-fold roto-inversion. Okay, so for 4 bar this is a crystal which is 4 bar. It means 4 bar is like 4 is like 4-fold, and 4 bar means 4-fold plus inversion. Okay, so first one is, let's assume this is our initial phase. Okay, this is our phase, and second phase is like this one. Okay, this one. Okay, so we are having this crystal. If we are rotating the crystal along this axis, that is C axis. Okay, if we are rotating the crystal along C axis in this direction, we will be getting this face in front of us. So is these two faces are similar? First face is like this. I think this will be the appearance of the first face, and the appearance of second face is like this. So I think these two are not similar. Okay, so if we are rotating the crystal to 90 degree and inverting it, okay, after inversion of this plane, after inversion of this face, we will be getting the same face. Okay, after inversion, if this is our particular face, okay, after inverting the same face, we will be getting this face. Okay, this is the similar, this will be then similar to the particular previous face. Okay, so it will be considered as the 4-fold. Okay, you are getting it? We have to rotate the crystal along this axis, and after that we have to invert it also. After inversion, if we are getting the same face, after doing these two operations, if we are getting the same face, then it will be satisfying the 4-fold symmetry of the particular axis. Okay, so this is the stereo net of 4 bar. We will be discussing in the upcoming class of the crystal system. Okay, after that we will see the center of symmetry. Okay, what is center of symmetry? Center of symmetry is an imaginary point. Here we were discussing about a plane, here we were discussing about a line, and now center of symmetry is a point which is equidistant from all the opposite faces, edges as well as the corners. Okay, let's assume that this is the center of symmetry. It will be equidistant from this face as well as this face, which are opposite in nature, this corner as well as this corner, this edge as well as this edge, which are opposite in nature. So that point will be considered as the center of symmetry of a particular crystal. Okay, now we will be moving on to the HM symbols. Okay, so what is HM symbol? HM symbol is basically 2D representation of a 3D crystal. Okay, so if we are representing a 3D crystal on 2D plane, that means we need to represent this whole crystal on a particular sheet of paper. Okay, so we need to represent the whole crystal on this particular sheet of paper. That is, this is 2D, this is 3D. The 2D representation of a 3D crystal is the stereographic projection of a particular crystal. Okay, after that HM symbol consists of what? HM symbol consists of some numbers, bar on that number, that is 2, 3, 4, 6. These are the numbers. Bar means 3 bar, 4 bar, 6 bar. These are the bars on that numbers, and M and slash. Okay, so these are the basic figures which it consists of. Okay, we will be discussing about these things in the upcoming lectures. Okay, so these are the 2 golden rules for solving the HM symbols. I think you need to write it down, because the main and the which is very essential, in which most of the students get confused, is the mirror plane. Okay, whenever we are encountering a mirror plane, it will always, means if we are having a mirror plane on C axis, it will always be reflected on its particular perpendicular plane. Okay, so let's assume we are having a crystal like this. This is C axis. If we are having a mirror plane on C axis, then that mirror plane will be reflected on the perpendicular plane of that particular axis. Okay, so this is written here, mirror plane on an axis will shift to its perpendicular plane. Okay, and the symmetry, which is twofold, fourfold, sixfold, okay, or threefold, will always be present on the particular axis itself. Okay, so these two rules are written, so I think you need to read these rules and write it down somewhere. Okay, so without these two things, this is basically all knows this thing, but this is very important thing. Okay, most of the people confuses in this point, because in hexagonal system the mirrors are not perpendicular, the mirror planes are not perpendicular to the axis, or the diagonals which are not perpendicular to the axis, because in hexagonal system we are having three axes. Okay, and these three axes are not perpendicular to each other. Okay, so the mirror plane which is present on this axis will be reflected on this plane. The mirror plane which is present on this axis will be reflected on its perpendicular plane, that is this plane. Okay, so this is a point of confusion. So I think this is clear now. Okay, so basically we are having total 7 crystal systems. Okay, we are dividing the crystal, somewhere you will see 6 crystal system, and sometimes in some textbooks you will say 7 crystal system. Basically some are considering these two classes as a single class. Okay, I am writing these two classes as two different classes. Okay, these two different systems. Okay, so there are total 7 crystal systems which are divided into 32 different classes. First one is, we are moving towards the F is if we are moving towards the higher symmetry. First one is triclinic, which is having the lowest symmetry, which consists of 2 crystal classes. Second one is monoclinic, which consists of 3 crystal classes. Third one is orthorhombic, which also consists of 3 crystal classes. Fourth one is tetragonal, consists of 7 crystal classes. Then trigonal consists of 5 crystal classes. Hexagonal consists of 7 crystal classes, and cubic, which consists of 5 crystal classes. And cubic is having the highest symmetry. Rather, normal class of cubic crystal system is the highest symmetrical class in all the existing 32 classes. Okay,